So I am sitting on my patio here in Las Vegas, enjoying a very, very green spinach and avocado smoothie, which I just made. There's a video, actually, there's probably a video for the recipe for this green avocado sludge smoothie that I just made, probably on my YouTube channel, unless I decided I didn't like it, and then it's not there, so don't try to find it. I just wanted to talk about a topic that is very important to me. This isn't a topic that's actually important to me, but it's got a catchy headline, and it is actually kind of a piss-off. Like, this one pisses me off. We're going to get into it in a minute here, but apparently there was a city or a state or something, somewhere, which ruled that living off-grid should be illegal, right? Court rules, living off-grid, illegal. That's a catchy title. And I'll tell you what, my main profession is marketing, and sometimes, even though I don't necessarily want to make a video about this particular topic, because it's kind of been done already and it's not really one that I feel like talking about, I'm making it anyway, because actually it is kind of a pisser of a topic, and it's a heck of a title. So a lot of you are probably going to find my channel through this video, and so I'm making this video for that entire purpose. Let me just actually first read the article that I'm going to talk about here, so I know what I'm talking about. And then after that, I'll tell you what I just read, and then you can know about it as well. So just wait. It's a nice sunny day here. Yep. Okay, so apparently living off-grid has been deemed illegal by a court in Cape Coral, Florida. Apparently people are not allowed to live on their own private property unless the property that they live on is hooked up to the city's water system. Yeah, so apparently she has the right to live there without utility power, but apparently her alternative power sources, and this is annoying, must be approved by the city. Such a it's a system of control that we really live in, where things must always be approved. Everything you do must be approved. Common sense doesn't really play a role, does it? But, you know, some people's common sense is better than others. So that's probably where when you're making laws, you always have to appeal to the lowest common denominator, or also known as the biggest idiot in the room, and make the rules apply to that particular person. For example, being required to have a certain license, and, you know, like, say for example flying a drone, like drone rules, right? Drone law. Probably didn't start out as drone law until some idiot in their backyard decided, oh, let's just fly my drone right into my neighbor's house and peek in the window. As an individual with common sense and a certain amount of empathy, I wouldn't want somebody doing that to me, so I wouldn't do that to somebody else. I wouldn't even launch a drone in my backyard, because those little guys are noisy. I don't want to disturb my neighbors. It's like turning on a lawnmower. It's annoying, right? It's like a very clear potential for, like, invasion of privacy could exist there with somebody flying their drone camera around. So I just wouldn't do that. That's my common sense. But apparently not everybody's common sense follows the same commonality, which is why we have to appeal to the lowest common denominator in making laws. Unfortunately, it's annoying, because we are living in a very dumbed down version of society when we have to appeal to the lowest common sense denominator. Let's see. city's argument is that the International Property Maintenance Code was violated by her reliance on rainwater rather than paying the city for water. The IPMC would also make it a crime for her to use solar panels instead of being tied to the electric grid. Hey, my sister's calling. I'm just going to talk to my sister here for a minute. You guys just hang out. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Okay, I'm back. I'm going to carry on with this video. Robin has actually long been living off-grid, and the city didn't even seem to notice until she publicly discussed her home with a local news reporter. After that appearance, a code enforcement officer designated her home as uninhabitable and gave her an eviction notice for living greenly, sustainably in her own home. Since a large source of our electricity supply comes from burning dirty fossil fuels, this is an aggravating scenario. So the building official has pulled the certificate of occupancy. This was the next step that was decided to bring the property into compliance. She cannot legally be in the house. Anyway, that about sums it up. So this poor woman, Robin Speronis, spoke to, I'm sure with such good intention, spoke to a news reporter about living off-grid, sustainable, clean, green living, disconnecting from dirty fossil fuel burning energy supply, right? Like, this is how a large portion of America gets its electricity, is from burning dirty fossil fuels. Collect rainwater. You can't disconnect from the electricity grid, right? You have to pay the money to the water companies, right? You have to pay the money to the electric companies. Keep burning that dirty fossil fuel. Keep polluting our planet. Let's build some more oil pipelines and pump the gasoline in or pump the oil in and pollute our planet and destroy our environment. Like, you're taking someone who's setting such a good example by living off grid on her own initiative. Not that it's an easy thing to do without support from, city and community. Like, if the world wanted to live clean and green and devoted tech and resources to developing the means to make that easy for everybody, like in the same way that the resources are devoted to making oil accessible. Can you even imagine what kind of cool, super green, super efficient, non-polluting tech we would have? Well, there's too much money in the energy system the way it is right now. There's all that money in oil. That's the way everything is set up. There's not necessarily money in free energy, right? Energy is such a huge source of revenue. And if you can sell energy instead of just making it technologically available, because the sun is an unlimited source of energy. We've got wind, but you can't charge money for the sun. It's always just up there, just shining down, providing massive amounts of energy, just massive amounts, and we're only collecting such a small amount of it, and our tech's so limited compared to what it could potentially be if the resources were devoted to tech. Researching clean tech in the same way that resources are devoted to harvesting dirty energy. Man, you can just imagine what we could accomplish. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of this video. Ooh, it's dark. That's it. The sun's going down. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel.
This is illegal. I'm being thrown out, and I am not, for the record, going to cooperate in any way.
I've lived here in this neighborhood for 15 years, and I've seen nothing but them try to crucify her because of her way of life, and I don't think it's right.
Expose the corruption in the city of Cape Coral.